Welcome to Reverend Patty's Inspiration Station. Now more than ever, we need the presence of the inner ticker of life, the Holy Shekinah Spirit, to awaken, nurture, and direct our steps. We are spiritual beings walking in a world bombarded by rapid changes. Jesus said, "Pick up your mat and walk, and come and join me, beyond the pulpit and into the garden." Hello, kindreds. Earlier this week, while standing at the altar in prayer, I felt compelled to spiritually lean in towards Jesus and place my head on his shoulder. He is the one who loves us with an everlasting love. Next, I was given a flash memory of a story that was shared with me via daily inspiration called The Empty Chair. I pray it will bring you comfort no matter what season you find yourself in. Johnny's daughter had asked the local minister to come and pray with her father. When the minister arrived, he found Johnny lying in a bed with his head propped up on two pillows. An empty chair sat beside his bed. The minister assumed Johnny had been informed of his visit. "I guess you were expecting me," he said. "No, who are you?" asked Johnny. The minister told him his name and then remarked, "I saw the empty chair, and I figured you knew I was going to show up." "Oh yeah, the chair," said the bedridden man. "Would you mind closing the door?" Puzzled, the minister shut the door. Johnny continues, "I have never told anyone this, not even my daughter. But all of my life I have never known how to pray. At church, I used to hear the pastor talk about prayer, but it went right over my head. I abandoned any attempt at prayer until one day 4 years ago, my best friend said to me, 'Johnny, prayer is just a simple matter of having a conversation with Jesus. Here is what I suggest. Sit down in a chair, place an empty chair in front of you, and in faith, see Jesus in the chair. It's not spooky, because he promised, 'I will be with you always.' Then just speak to him in the same way you're doing with me right now." So I tried it, and I liked it so much that I do it a couple of hours every day. I'm careful, though. If my daughter saw me talking to an empty chair, she'd either have a nervous breakdown or send me to the hospital. The minister was deeply moved by the story and encouraged Johnny to continue on the journey. Then he prayed with him, anointed him with oil, and returned to his church. 2 nights later, the daughter called to tell the minister that her daddy had died that afternoon. The minister asked, "Did he die in peace?" "Yes," she said. "When I left the house about 2 o'clock, he called me over to his bedside, told me he loved me, and kissed me on the cheek. When I got back from the store an hour later, I found him dead. But there was something strange about his death. Apparently, just before Daddy died, he leaned over and rested his head on the chair beside the bed." "What do you make of that?" she asked. The minister wiped a tear from his eye and said, "I wish we could all go like that." Are you a stumbling child that does not know how to pray or make sense of life as it is? Go ahead and find a quiet place to be. Bring an empty chair and have a talk with Jesus. Recently, I woke up in the middle of the night with my mind thinking about this and that. I know you can relate. I decided to use the rocking chair next to my bed as my empty chair. Like Johnny in the story, I allowed myself to become childlike, praying and chatting with Jesus, and then I drifted back to sleep. Remember, we are all kids of His kingdom with a right to be here. And as the prophet Jeremiah wrote, I have loved you with an everlasting love. Now take a moment to breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out. Here's today's closing passage. You are precious in my sight, and I love you. I will never leave you nor forsake you. I am with you always. I am always with you. Amen. Thanks for tuning in to Reverend Patty's Inspiration Station podcast. Sign up for free to subscribe to my newsletter and follow my podcast at sacredwalkhome.com. Remember who you are, and wherever you roam, you are not alone. He is with us always. Until next time, from one spiritual gardener to another, plant you and dig you later. Amen.